Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you, fools. I got a good lesson for you today. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. This message is a story for life. I give life lessons. You tune to receiving them. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission, to get all right thinkers to know themselves with the necessary information that I can give you on a day-to-day basis. You practice it, you'll do just that. Know thyself. Let's go. I asked the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. Help you to know you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes or think that they know dangers. Avoid them. I do. I try to not to say much about them. That's why I cover my mouth. But those who know, but knows not that they know, is spiritually asleep. That's okay. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. Those who know, a person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers. Know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. I'm gonna have some fun with this concept right here. Okay. I did this lesson about maybe 5 years ago. Again, another old school lesson, and I changed it. The idea, right, thinkers, let's talk about this is called the noble truths. Okay, and this is what they call the Buddhist way. I, in turn, rearranged a few things and did my thing. I call it the right thinker philosophy wheel, and it's based on all right actions. So, yeah, I'm hijacking and bringing it to you my way. Okay, I remember when my man Isaac Hayes, when he did a song by the white people, I'm gonna take it down to Soul's Wheel. So I'm gonna take a Buddhist concept because it's called the Buddhist wheel. It's the Buddhist concept, which is they came from Egypt concept. So let me break it down for you. Right thinking philosophy way. Let's go. Now, in much the same way as the term, watch this, Christ refers to anyone. Listen, Christ refers to anyone who has what? Attained Christhood. The term Buddha refers to, again, anyone who has attained the state of enlightenment. In this context, there have been many male and female Christ and Buddha throughout history. Okay, understand that. I'm not here to debate, argue. I'm just presenting the concept and the point. So let's move on. Now, the setting in motion of the will of the law. First thing is we're going to deal with the noble truth. Let's get them out of the way right quick. A noble truth of what? Suffering. According to the Buddhists, the reason for all suffering is what? Participation in the world process. Meaning you fall in love with material things in the world and that keeps you going that merry-go-round, up and down roller coaster. Watch this. One is unhappy. Why? Because one invariably expect to what? Find happiness in worldly things. If I get my Rolls Royce, red Rolls Royce, that's an accomplishment that I dreamt of and I wanted as a dream. But it ain't gonna make me happy. You feel me? So understand that. I know the difference. So when people don't, that's what I'm trying to show you. You need to understand what happiness is. Okay, that's an achievement. That's not gonna give me nothing but feeling good about myself and satisfy, massage my ego. And it's a materialistic so people get to see it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. But for me, it's a personal achievement. That's all. And again, that ain't what make me happy. If I don't get it, I'm still happy. That's the difference. Well, I didn't get my rose work. I ain't successful. I'm a failure in life. I didn't make it to the road. I didn't do that. Make a bunch of money. If that's what you're living for, then yeah, you will be. But when you wake up and become spiritually enlightened, you know all that means nothing. Moving on. That's the concept. I'm trying to get my right thinkers to think on them terms. Okay, get out the material world. As my girl Madonna said a long time ago, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. We getting more human and forgetting that we're spiritual. I got a lesson for that coming up too. Let's get to the noble truth. Now the other noble truth of what cause of suffering. We just talked about the truth of suffering. Now let's talk about the noble truth of the cause of suffering. According to them, the cause of suffering, you ready? Is ignorance. Mm-hmm. Avidya, according to the Hindus. Then you have a fundamental misconception about reality. Sounds familiar? These are all the things that cause you suffering. I see no other single hindrance, such as what? This hindrance of, you ready again? Big bold letters, ignorance is the biggest obstruction by which mankind for a long, long time it runs on. What? Round and around in circles. The snake that's biting his tail, the Ouroboros, it goes nowhere. That treadmill, the hamster wheel, we about to deal with the right thinking wheel, but it goes around. And some things, while you're on it, you need to understand in order to get off it. That's the goal. But if you continue doing the same thing, that's the Ouroboros. Okay. Next one is, here you go. The Noble Eightfold Faith, path, to truth. These are the 8 things that you had to live by in the will. Okay. Now let's start with right thoughts. Nope, excuse me. Nope. No, excuse me. It starts with right understanding. And you know I spell right with the W. I done hijacked this, so there's no more R with me. Right starts with a W. So that's what I changed with the will. So everything is WRIGHT, understanding. And that means right understanding is learning what? How to see the world as it truly is. Take off the rainbow colored glasses. Okay. Come up out that fog of ignorance and see reality for what it is. Open your third eye. Okay. Becoming conscious. That's right understanding. I'm gonna give you what you need. All you have to do is understand it, and you'll start seeing things the way they really are. That's my job. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Wait a minute. Sorry about that. The purpose of the Noble Eightfold Path to Truth is the Noble Eightfold Path, aka the will, is the practical means to disentangle the knot of, again, ignorance and illusions within oneself. Bingo. Okay. These are things that you can do to loose yourself, to free yourself from the bondage that you put yourself in from what being a state of ignorance. You combat ignorance with knowledge. Trust me. Let's go. Now, the first thing you got to understand, right understanding. Second, on the wheel, right thought. When I was in litigation for my right thinking name title, I had to change it until I won. So back again, I went with right thoughts. Same thing. Okay. Everything starts from the thought concept. Watch this. Right thought is what? Understanding that thought has great power on oneself and others, and whatever one focuses on gains more life, aka attention. One becomes it. You are what your thoughts dictate you are. So if you let the negative thoughts creep in, the ego self will do negative and bad evil things. Simple as that. Moving on. Third, number 3 on the wheel. Right thinking philosophy wheel. It's called right speech. I call it makaru. Right speech is knowing, what's this, what to say, how to say it, articulate it so you don't disrespect nobody, belittle nobody. I can teach and get my points across, use analogies without being disrespectful to people. So I know what to say, how to say it, and when to say it. And I'm also familiar with when to remain silent. Talking, an ignorant man talks because he can. A wise man talks when he has something to say. I'm moving on. Next one is right action, one of my favorites. Right action is guidelines for what? Controlling one's behavior, aka your ego or your emotions, and what? Allowing calmness to acquiesce and calmness of the mind to acquiesce and to pursue what? Enlightenment. Your actions in life should to be pursue spiritual enlightenment or knowledge of self to what? Be your best self. Okay. Now we got a few things that help you learn this number 4 with the right action. These are things that you don't need to be doing. Not intentionally taking the life of any creature. I used to be on the highway, and if you got ducks across the road, man, I'm plowing through them. So I had no regard. So no, I don't do that no more. So that's just understanding. Yeah, it was reckless. It's ignorant. Again, that's what you do. Ignorant does as ignorant is. So if you ignorant, you're gonna do ignorant stuff. So understand that. You just don't know no better. We hopefully get better. Now, I did. I'm trying to help others do the same thing. Next one is not taking anything which is not freely given. If I come into your house or in your environment and there's something there, it's going to be there when I leave. I don't steal. That's another important quality that you just had to for yourself. Okay, everybody's different. I don't steal. Moving on, and I applaud, and I got a problem with thieves. So if you're a thief, we ain't gonna get along. Moving on. Next one is the third one for that one is not indulging in what? Irresponsible sexual behavior. I gave a lesson about semen retention. I just showed a thing I was going to do a lesson. Female got the same concept. Your energy, when you keep it inside you, purifies you and adds years to your life, and it gives you spiritual understanding and knowledge from within. That's a good thing. Men do the same thing with the semen. So it ain't one. Remember, what's good for the goose, good for the gander. Everything is equal. So not being irresponsible with your sexual behaviors. I'm gonna leave that one there. Next is not speaking falsely, abusively, or maliciously. Spreading gossip, talk bad about people. I don't want to be around you. I ain't got time for that. I don't do that, so I don't entertain that. And if that's what's being done, I just exercise my right to leave. Don't sit and try to defend or argue. Nope, just leave. People who are difficult to deal with, avoid them. Don't interact or no, avoid them. That's how you deal with them. Simple as that. Walk on. Next one is not consuming alcohol or drugs. Well, I just drink. You have to have the spiritual discipline and the personal wherewithal. If you the, whatever, that's your thing, whatever. But here it says these are things that you can't do. When I was a drug dealer, I took drugs, I used drugs. Now I got no use for them. If I can't make money from them, I got no use for them. I don't take them. I don't need them. Simple. So I'm good. Next one, sorry about that. Personal. Let me get out of there. Oh yeah, we wrap it up. Now, next one you got number 5. But those are the 4 things that with right action, that's the things that you should be doing to prove your right action. That's what I'm showing you. Next one is right livelihood. All these are the things that I live by. These are the things that I follow. These are my principles. These are my thinking principles. Again, no, not Buddha. I use them too, but they work. Simple. I call my philosophy spiritual gumbo. Why? I got a little bit of everybody's philosophy. If it works, I'll take it. Why? I need that for something. And this is one of them. Okay, watch this. The next one, number 5, right livelihood. Right livelihood is making a living in such a way as to what benefits oneself, making money, and all others. Okay, I was a package delivery man. I was doing a job and helping others. Again, as a teacher, I get information, I put it out there. We're in the information age. I'm just right on time with information. That's what I do. I just give you information. You on my page, you on my thing. I'm sending information. Why? If I think it's pertinent, something you can use, I send it. I can't give all the lessons, so I just pass the information I get along. But I do my own thing when I'm doing mine. That's what I'm doing right now. Let's go. Number 6, right effort. If you think you can shortchange and BS yourself, aka higher self, that's what Abel did. It won't work. That's what Seth did. They want the easy way out. They want something for nothing. That's larcenous. If you want something, work for it. Earn it. That's all you gotta do. Blessings, you can't cheat and rob for them. You have to earn them. So let's go. Right effort is what? Determination and perseverance in one's spiritual discipline. Again, hold yourself accountable on a day-to-day basis. It becomes habit forming. And what happened? You will transcend one's what? Lower nature. I don't do those things that I used to do to satisfy my egoistic or lower nature self. Why? I've risen my consciousness. I know better. I do better. The concept, if you know better, you do better. You should. Why know and don't do? Why learn something, don't use it? Again, having knowledge and not use it, you're not powerful at all. Okay? Moving on. Right? Mindfulness. A lot of us don't really think about that. You really got to understand if your mind is not under your control, when you're thinking right, you're thinking positive, you're thinking constructive, you're thinking and you're mindful of everything. I call it being God conscious. They call it mindfulness. Let's see what they define it as. Mindfulness, right mindfulness is what? Learning how to what? Be aware of everything that one does when at all times and not acting what automatically, rashly, reacting to situation, to events as if an animal. Cause and effect. If they say something you don't like, you react, vulgar, disrespectful, all that nasty justice, that's you control that. You don't control what they say. You don't control what they do. But you do control you. And just because they did something, if you react like them, you know, different. I'm about to say, you can't wallow in the mud with the pig and claim not to be a pig. I like that. So I adopted that concept. But my motto back then was, well, Pastor, I got holy water. I can wash it off. So now, Brother Ray, that guy's funny. Let me wrap this up right quick. I enjoyed you tuning in. Thank you for the shout. I'm gonna get this right out the way. Now, the last one, and this is the coup de grace, right? Meditation. All meditation ain't right meditation. If you sit and claim to meditate and fall asleep, if you sit for a couple of minutes and because you had a thought or whatever and think you meditated, you're wasting your time. Right meditation is really communion with the higher self. It takes a little while, but it's a beautiful thing once you get used to it. I'm good. I'm comfortable at this point. So yeah, I know all the there ain't no shortcuts. No, it don't work that way. Write this. Right meditation is what? Is the way to transcend what? Into higher forms of consciousness. And this includes what? The 4 stages with form. The octo, you had the 4 guys, male, and you got the 4 females. Okay, those are the 4 stages with form. Then you got the 4 stages without form, equal opposites called duality. We know it as Maya. And by doing that, these comprise to what? Successful levels of introvertness. Extroverts want everybody to know. Introverts want to get into themselves. That's where it all is. And you can maintain what? You will reach the state of joy, equanimity, and more important, again, the state of mindfulness. They say mindfulness, I say God consciousness, high spiritual enlightenment, Christhood, Haruhood, whatever you call it. But when you reach it, when you get it, when you obtain it, you can call it whatever you want. So hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'm out.